Hello there, it's Aby Tobiah from Deep Review. One thing I've learned in life is that no human is generous enough to offer a stranger so much, like giving them the opportunity to be as rich as they are, or to come into the same business that they are doing, if it does not translate to something for them. If that would even happen, it would happen in the startup stage of that business. For example, we hear about Google starting his business with a group of friends. Same with others that you have heard of from reading so many motivational books. My point is, no matter what it is, when a business is growing, investments that will come to you will not teach you about that business. Instead, they are going to explain with real documented proof. They will not just bombard you with success stories or made up videos. In this review, we will be talking about investments around the world. We will look at scams and legit investments. We would help you see which one should you put your money into and how you can identify a scam. We will also review a very popular investment site that has been around the internet since February, Forsarge. This video has timestamps and you can find that in the description. You can jump to any section that you want. Jeremiah is here with me today. How's it going, man?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm pretty cool. So how's work going with the other stuff?
I'm okay, yeah, and I'm very happy to be here with you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so let's just jump into the main reason why we are here. Everyone at one time or the other on social media has had that experience when an old friend, for example, that you haven't even spoken to in years, just randomly comes to you and asks if you want to catch up. They go like, hey, how are you doing? Things are going good with you. It's nice to really hear from you. There's one good business opportunity that I want to tell you about. Have you had that kind of experience before?
Yeah, I have a little experience about it. I've been scammed. I've been a victim many scams, but most popular type of scams where I come from, especially among masses, I mean people that are not famous or wealthy, is affinity scams.
Wow, what does that mean?
Affinity scams? Affinity scams are scams that prey upon like members of identifiable groups. I mean that the scammers will attack people that are in the same ethnic groups, like religious groups or professional groups. The scammer often either belongs to the similar groups or pretend to belong to the group and uses that opportunity to scam the people within that group.
Wow. I see that point and I hear of it very, very much. It's really popular around here. I think that the reason why Bitcoin scam is so popular is that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are not regulated. Why do you think people fall so easily for cryptocurrency scams?
Well, Abi, you are very correct about that. Bitcoin is not connected to any bank or any country in the world, so it's unregulated. So every Bitcoin or ethereum out there depends on the miner. So it's kind of easy for people to fall in based on the way they advertise it. So the advertisement they make for them is the reason behind people falling into it.
Well, quick question there. You mentioned something about the miners. Can you explain who are the miners?
Okay, let me try. Okay, so the Bitcoin mining is a method in which the transaction of the Bitcoin blockchain are confirmed and processed. So if there were no Bitcoin miners, the Bitcoin cryptocurrency would cease to function and no transaction would be confirmed. So those who perform the mining process are referred to as Bitcoin miners, and they are rewarded for their work with a little percentage in the transaction fee charged to the Bitcoin user. So mining Bitcoin can be an effective way to earn extra income, and many individuals have now become full-time Bitcoin miners, though there are some few risks doing that.
Oh yeah. Did you know that one of these websites that are based on they base their own income on Ethereum, for example, is Forsage. Forsage is basing its own income on that cryptocurrency. Instead of Bitcoin, it's using Ethereum.
Yeah, I heard about it, and it's been around for from February now, and many people have promoted them, messaged me about it. I do hear a lot about it.
Yeah, that's true. I've heard a lot about Forsage too. In this video, we will review Forsage and we will show you what Forsage is truly is. And if you want to dive right into the review of Forsage, you can use the timestamp in the description below to get straight into the Forsage review. In the meantime, Jeremiah, how do you think people earn cryptocurrency?
For me, the best way is making money by mining. So that's just it.
Ooh, that sounds like gold.
I tell you, like mining gold is not always easy though. You can hire a cryptographer to mine for you while you pay them. Those looking to really invest in cryptocurrency mining will not we need to buy an application, a ASIC hardware device, also known as application specific integrated circuits. So it's mainly known as a mining rig. These are essentially processors that are just for mining Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency, and they are intended to run non-stop all day, like every day. But with time, every blockchains a miner makes can earn them around something, let's say about 10 Bitcoin per annum, like per year. So in this case of in the case of Ethereum, like Ethereum 2, you can only mine Ethereum from the Ethereum app found only specific on the Ethereum website.
Thank you very much, Jeremiah. I really appreciate your time here. You see, every scam throughout the history of man is connected to one thing, and that is greed. You know, they just come to you and make one crazy utopian promise that they will give you an unrealistic thing that you can hope for. You know, people make you believe that you can actually make money without doing anything. Whether your friend is trying to sign you up for a legitimate MLM business or a full-blown Ponzi scheme, they are likely showing you that they make a quick cash off that new business opportunity that they talk about. Consider whether you want to start a job that requires you to spend money or to recruit other innocent people before you make any money, before you agree to enter into any MLM business or into any Ponzi scheme. Now, speaking of making money, should you take up your friend's offer? You're likely to get rich quickly, no matter how many stories she tells you, and it may even turn awry for you, because she might tell you about many success stories, several people who've made billions of dollars, several people who's bought their new Mercedes Benzes and all that, just to lure you in. This is not a spoiler, but really come to be in the shoes of someone who owns a fake lottery company. If they make a few people win, those few people will attract several losers. The money earned from those numerous losers will be used to make another few people win. So that story continues. So you have to watch out for signs that the person trying to talk to you or talk you into a kind of new business opportunity is not trying to recruit you. These days, they come online on social media than anywhere else, you know. But no matter where they're coming from, their pitch is always the same. There's always one similar thing they would always have. They'll start telling you about an opportunity to own your own business. They'll tell you that you make your own schedule. They'll tell you that you can make money without lifting a finger. They'll tell you that you need residual or passive income. Those kind of words to make you have unrealistic hope about making money without doing any hard work. Well, nobody will mention to you, no one among all those people, after they have quoted many motivational speakers and all that, they won't tell you that to make money from any pyramid scheme or Ponzi scheme, you have to continue recruiting people. Because whenever you move out from there, or whenever you stop recruiting people, your money stops coming in. You only have high turnover or dropout rates when somebody under you drops out, and you can kiss your cash goodbye. So anyone making money off Ponzi scheme is only making it because they have numerous people under them in their network. I was talking about somebody one day, and they started telling me about mentors, that they are mentors now. They call themselves network marketers, and they say that, you need networks to make money, you need to bring in people, you need to connect with other people. They'll start telling me about their life story, how they started, how they struggled, and how they encountered this business opportunity, and that they wanted me to join in. It's always really good, because in their motivational quote cliches that I see all over social media, sharing memes and quotes and photos, they always say that success is a product of hard work, but throughout their entire scheme, there's nothing about hard work, because most of them don't have a product that they sell. They have nothing that they show off, but they make money from other people joining under them. I want you to remember one thing. MLMs or Ponzi schemes or pyramid schemes are rarely the path to make quick money. They're not going to make anyone rich overnight, or probably rich at all. They may actually drain all your money, leave you worse off than you are already. So the next time a friend reaches you and starts talking to you about a new business opportunity, tell them that you're set and ignore them if they try again. Today, cryptocurrency is easily one of the best ways scammers use to channel a lot of money out to themselves. We're going to talk about some scams and how you can avoid them. For example, Bitcoins and Ethereum are really popular around as the highest or one of the most popular cryptocurrencies around the world right now. And for the most part, when you hear the word scam, or when somebody tries to scam you, it's not always tricky. It's always obvious. You know that this person is trying to scam you, this person is trying to steal your money. But when it comes to Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency for that matter, things can get a little bit blurry. You may not know that this person is going to scam you, and even if they successfully scam you, it's gone. This is because, as Jeremiah, my partner, says, Bitcoin itself is not regulated, and it is essentially a mere figure that is given its value based on agreement. It's basically like a money bag with a lock on it. So Bitcoin scams are all over the world. Hackers have used them. Scammers have used Bitcoins to channel a lot of money to themselves. Today we're going to talk about top worst scams to date. So I want you to take notes that there have been, and undoubtedly there will continue to be, countless of scams. So let's just talk about the top 5 types of scams, the worst types of scams that are going on right now in the world. So I want you to take note. The first type we're going to talk about is boiler room scam. Boiler room scam. These kind of investment scams are pulled off by a team of people. They come to you, they set up a makeshift office. After the scam, people call that office a boiler room. They use that office to convince you that the company is real. So they might even have a website. They send you to the company website. That website will surely look very professional. So everything they do looks professional. In fact, they might even have a toll-free number and a respectable address to the company. Everything would seem legitimate, but that company would not exist. In fact, everything on that website would be fake, and the website, the office, everything is fake or temporary. By the time you realize that you've lost your money, the scammer has closed his office and has moved on to another person to scam. The next type of scam we're going to be talking about is Forex scam. Actually, forex or foreign exchange market is one of the largest financial markets in the world. People actually are making money, lots of money from forex, foreign exchange. However, when investors that buy and sell currencies with the aim of making money on the changes in exchange rates, when you now go on to trade in these kind of foreign currencies, you're in your country but you want to trade, buy and sell other foreign currencies, it can be very risky. This is because when you see ads about foreign exchange, they promote easy access to that foreign exchange market. They might promote it through a course or a software. It's always everywhere online, but the thing about it is that it is dominated. The market itself is dominated by a large, well-resourced international banks that are professionals. So it is very difficult to try and beat these professionals. Although the courses that they advertise to you online, or the apps that you see their ads online may tell you that it's easy, but they won't tell you how risky foreign exchange trading is. In addition to that, some forex trading schemes may be illegal or even fraudulent, because forex trading services, they're operated online from another country. Some of these online trading operations can be marketed by unregulated firms that are marketing their services outside of the forex rules. So that means that at any rate, your money can be invested or may not even be invested as claimed, and they may even wire your money into an offshore account before you start trading at all, and there your money would be inaccessible. In any of these situations, it's possible that you lose all or some of your money. Another type of scam that people fall for is Ponzi. Now we're going to go deeper into this in later parts of this video, especially when we talk about Forsage. So Ponzi schemes, a scammer comes to you and asks you to invest a certain amount of money. When you invest that money, they're going to use that money to pay earlier stage investors, and if you need your money, you have to also recruit other investors whose money would be paid to you. That's how it works. That's how it just goes round and round. Ponzi schemes actually usually do not have any physical assets at all. They don't have any investments, and they only grow when the total number of investors grow. So as the potential number of investors go down, there would be not enough money to pay off the promised returns for the new investors to cash out. So that means when you have preached the idea of the Ponzi scheme to as much people as you can, and those people to have registered as much people as they can, the market becomes saturated for that scheme, and so the new people, the last number of people who invested would need another set of people to invest before they can get their own money out of it. And if that cannot happen, the Ponzi scheme goes down just like a balloon bursts. Poof. And the owner of that Ponzi scheme disappears with your money because they cannot keep up with the payment that the new investors are expecting to receive. And so the entire system collapses and you lose your money. Similarly, like Ponzi scheme, another one is the pyramid scheme, multi-level marketing strategy, where potential investors will earn money by recruiting more other investors. All these scams can make people believe that they are actually investing in a product, whereas there's no product, and they can only have a sustained hope when other people invest and bring the same exact amount of money that they invest. So unlike real investment, there is a fixed amount of money that you must invest to make money out of MLM schemes or Ponzi schemes. Another kind of scam that is common these days is advance fee fraud. This type of scam is when an investor is given the hope that they will be able to reverse or get more out of something if they get something at a price. This is it. The scam begins with an offer to pay you a very high price for a useless stock. So if you want to take that deal, the deal will look really, really good to you. You know, when somebody is asking to pay you $1 million for a pair of shoes, for example, it looks really, really good to be true, but they'd ask you to send in $500,000 to be able to unlock that. And so when you send in that advance fee, you never see your money again. You never see the 500,000 worth of pair of shoes any longer, and that's all. Poof, your money is gone. All right, now all that is about all the types of scams there are. So now let's talk about Forsage. So, like I said about Forsage, this is their website. Really looking really, really neat and professional. It's under forsage.io. Beautiful website, really professional, and everything is just, beautifully explained. Look at the first 3 tabs. They say they are the first ever 100% decentralized international crowdfunding generation platform. We're going to get into that pronto, but these 3 tabs here: join now, marketing video, and login. The marketing video has an explanation of how Forsage actually works. So let's just look into that for a couple of minutes and see what they have to say to us. It's an embedded YouTube video. Really cool, right?
In the next 5 minutes, I'll show you how you can earn Ethereum daily, paid directly and instantly to your own Ethereum wallet, just like thousands of people around the world. The Forsage work? In the Forsage X3 program, below you are 3 places in one line. In the Forsage X4 program, below you are 2 lines, 2 places in the first line, and 4 places in the second line. When you register in Forsage with 0.05 ETH, you open both programs simultaneously. In each of these 2 programs, Forsage X3 and Forsage X4, there are 12 slots. Each subsequent slot you purchase is 2 times the value of the previous one, and it generates twice the income as well. Each slot generates you income unlimited times with no expiration. For example, the 0.1 ETH slot generates you 0.1 ETH over and over again. The 0.2 ETH slot generates you 0.2 ETH again and again. Then 0.4 ETH, 0.8 ETH, 1.6 ETH, 3.2 ETH, 6.4 ETH, 12.8 ETH, payment to your ETH wallet, and over again, an unlimited amount of times. In Forsage X3, you get 100% of the payment to your ETH wallet from spots 1 and 2. Spot 3 reopens the slot again, and payment goes to your upline. In Forsage X4, members who take 2 places below you in the first line go to your upline, or they spill over to someone else on your team. You receive 100% of the payments on the second line. Spots 3, 4, and 5 go to your wallet, while spot 6 reopens this slot's matrix again with empty spots, and payment goes to your upline.
Okay. That is really something. Okay, now we've seen the marketing video. The point I want us to really dwell on is how Forsage works. According to them, Forsage works when you find someone else to recruit, giving them that same business opportunity mentality that they gave you, and making them to pay, because you're going to get their own money to be paid to you. At least 2 if you bring 3 people, according to what they have there. If you bring 3 people two more people, two of them are going to go to the owner, and then one last person, this is the third one, will go to your upline. That is the person who brought to you into it. So every little thing, every payment that is made in this investment goes to a person up or above you, the person who recruited you. Let's use that word. All right, enough of that. Now they try to tout the name smart contract. In cryptocurrency, smart contract is a technology that gives you a kind of escrow when you pay to other people. It helps to show transparency in the kind of payment transactions that happen or occur around personal and business operations. So in this case, they're trying to tell us that they have smart contract technology used on this decentralized market. Okay, now they say that they have zero risk factors, no risk. Really smart. No risk. All right, instant peer-to-peer payments. Okay, that's also something. You get paid instantly, peer-to-peer. That means they're trying to tell us that no payment goes to the company. The Forsage company has no payment. All right, it only goes between its program participants. Really nice promise. See where I'm going? So the promise immutability, that's indefinite access to Forsage project, is an intrinsic feature programmed into the smart contract to enable continued participation in the Matrix project. Okay, now this part is really annoying. It's called a crowd-funded decentralized Matrix project. Crowdfunding. The whole point of this is a disgrace, that word crowdfunding. There's no such thing as crowdfunding on this thing, because crowdfunding actually sounds legal, sounds legitimate, but when somebody is giving out money for a crowdfunding operation and they're expecting to earn something out of it, that is illegal. Crowdfunding should be given, it's a gift given out free of charge. I mean, you don't expect to gain something from crowdfunding. So when somebody is giving out and is expecting something back, it's no longer crowdfunding. That's a fraud. Okay, that aside. Now they said that they have all participants 581,232. Sounds cool. New the day. I think I'll take that as today. New users today plus 10,356. Impressive. Only earned ETH 400,139. Cool, isn't it? Earned during the day. Okay. The ETH now translated into dollars, $3,685,034. Cool, right? Okay. Now they give us some screenshots of IDs, people who've used this and have earned this much money. Okay. Now the point is, this really looks good. To think that they only started in February this year and they have generated this much participants and they've earned this much ETH just in how many months, how many weeks? Really cool, isn't it? So they try to explain what they've explained in that video here. You have simultaneous slots. 2 simultaneous slots, X3 and X4. So if you really understand that video, the 2 matrices would automatically occur when you register. So they have FAQs. Okay, so what data do you need to register? Where can you get more information about the project? Really nice. So they have a Telegram group or Telegram channel where you can, oh cool, you can ask questions. Okay. Now let's see how good this is. Now, when we talk about cryptocurrency or Ethereum, for example, it is, we said it's unregulated. Nobody owns it. But ETH or Bitcoin or any other crypto coin, for that matter, are created by mining, and they're created by using a blockchain. Now, when we think about how this is done, we see that they do not have any product, they do not provide any services. It is only a reconciliation of these transactions performed by a global collection of computer nodes that are volunteered sounds legal, by human and corporate entity miners, the computer owners, who are members of the Ethereum blockchain's globally distributed network infrastructure. Sounds cool. Alright, now the point is this Ponzi or is it really crowdfunding? Let me show you something about Ponzi schemes. I just explained, while I was explaining types of scams, I said a Ponzi scheme is when somebody asks you to recruit someone else who would also invest in the business, and then the Ponzi scheme generates return for early investors from the purse of those new investors. That's the same way Investopedia explains it. Like pyramid schemes, Ponzi schemes only have income from new investors. Those new investors are promised a large profit. That means if you do not have new investors to come in, you do not have any profit. And they also promise large profit at little or no risk. Okay, I think I found something about zero risk factors here. Okay, we can draw a line there. All right, let's go back here. Okay, they promised little or no risk. In the case of Forsarge, no risk at all. Now, companies that engage in a Ponzi scheme focus all of their energy into attracting new clients to make investments. Wow. They focus on attracting new clients. Well, I think that's all my friends have ever done. They have been focusing on acquiring new clients, new people to come and join them and deal with this, Forsage thing. Okay, really fine. We have to find people to build a team. What if I don't know how to invite? You do not have to invite to the platform. Okay, you do not have to invite to the platform their oh Jesus. This all sounds like somebody just writes something in Russian and use Google Translate to just translate the entire block of text. Because nobody writes English like this. You do not have to invite to the platform their relatives. Come on. And friends, or to impose a participation to God. To impose a participation to someone. For God's sakes. Who writes this thing? A lot of people are interested in earning online, and many have participated in various projects and are in search of newer opportunities. You can search. They can search social networks by yourself. Okay. Now they gave a useful list of useful links into a spreadsheet. I'm going to somebody else's Google Docs file. Nope, no way. Alright. Wait, what is the difference from the pyramid? Okay, now they're trying to tell us that Forsage is not a pyramid scheme. It's not a Ponzi scheme. Let me see what they have. Forsage is a crowdfunding platform for the new generation and has no relation, to the pyramids. The principle of a financial pyramid based on the fact that most of the money concentrated in the hands of its creators. The fact that most of the money... The principle of a financial pyramid is based on the fact that most of the money is concentrated in the hand of its creators. The sooner you come, the more money. Well, that's right. A pyramid scheme can be closed at any time. Yeah, you're right there. The participants of the platform Forsage, both leaders and newcomers, are equal. To stop the platform, no one can, because its functioning is ensured by a smart contract that cannot be deleted or changed. Even if the site will stop working, all the data and structure will be in integrity, and smart contract will continue to operate as long as there is internet and electricity. That's a really nice claim, but it's too good to be true. All right, let's just look at this. There are two websites that I know that have tools that we can use to check blockchains, Bitcoins and Ethereum. So I'm going to try and follow this smart contract and see where it takes me. Okay, good. It will take me to Etherscan according to the link. Okay, let me just follow the link. I've clicked on the link, so it takes me to Etherscan. Now, Etherscan is a really, really impressive, credible website where we can find details about transactions that includes blockchain, whether Ethereum. Okay, I think Etherscan is only on Ethereum, and Dapp Radar is for all of them, including Ethereum, Bitcoin, and all the crypto coins. Okay, so according to the data we have here, there are several transactions. Okay, following this line. So this line here is the identity. Let me copy that. Is the identity of Forsage on this platform. Okay, the identity of Forsage on this platform. All right, now let me try to see if I could search that on this books. As you can see here, we can see all the transactions they make 32 seconds ago, going into Forsarge.io, the value 0.05 ether, and this is double that, okay, and all of them are seemingly coming from different angles, different places, different accounts, different hash, transaction hash. Okay, a total of 1,696,801 transactions found. Really nice. That means Ethereum is coming in to Forsarge.io's account. That's beautiful. So I have copied this tag. Now, here goes nothing. Okay. Now this is really something. First of all, Etherscan shows that this contract, this is the same ID I followed from this page, is a high risk contract. Forsage, high risk. Okay, why? Okay, warning. There are reports from the Philippines SEC that this address is associated with a Ponzi. You don't say. Is it? I thought they were different from pyramids. Oh man. Let me follow that news. Okay, in the meantime, contract overview, Forsage.io. Balance 0 ether. You don't say. I thought these guys have this amount of ether. This amount of Ethereum, 407,139. Only earned. God. Okay. Balance 0 ether. Ether value 0. This is really getting interesting. Okay. They have several transactions, but their account is showing no ether. Well, okay, let me follow that news I just followed. Philippines SEC just denounced the top Ethereum Dapp as a Ponzi. Forsage is the #1 Dapp on Ethereum, is a likely Ponzi and responsible for rising ETH transaction fees. You don't say. In brief, the most popular Ethereum Dapp in the world has been deemed an unregistered security by the Philippines SEC. Operators of the Forsage Dapp are apparently refusing to comply with the commission. But why? I thought you were a legal crowdfunding company. You should comply. Okay, Forsage, a multi-level marketing. But I thought they're not multi-level. They said it here that they're not pyramid. Oh man. Hogged 13% of the Ethereum network over the past 24 hours and is partially responsible for rising ETH transaction fees. Nice. Okay, this news was published on July 5, 2020. Beautiful. You can go to sleep now. Philippines decrypt. Okay. Now we see here that Etherscan is ranking this as a high risk contract. Forsage is a high risk. An entire country has sent Etherscan this message that they actually are a Ponzi scheme, a pyramid. Okay. Let's me go to Dapp Radar, for example. And yeah, Dapp Radar, I was looking through some of the high-risk Dapps that are online all over the world on Dapp Radar, and you don't say. I found Forsage, but there's something that's really interesting here. On their website, they said they have 581,202 users, all participants. But here, they only registered 793. Wait. How many contacts did they lose in the last 1 minute or 24 hours? Or when did Dapp Radar make this post? I wonder. Okay, point in case. They lost all their ETH because here they have 0 ETH, 0 Ethereum. Please close Investopedia. Thank you for your time. They claim to have earned 407,139 ETH, and that translated into $3 million, 3.6 whooping million dollars. But on Dapp Radar, they have only 0. And that 0, okay, gave them $409,000. But wait, $1,000,000 now? This clean guy here is actually hiding too much. For example, one thing caught my attention when I was looking at this. Platform Forsage. Please, rewrite this and put Forsage in front of platform. Does not have a manager. Really? There are the creators of the smart contract. You do not create the smart contract, man. Okay. Let me keep cool. Who works in the Ethereum blockchain? This means that the platform is fully decentralized. It has no leaders or admins. Funny. It's a system in which there are no admins. Alright, that is not even it. The point is, Etherscan shows that you're high risk. Dapp Radar shows that you're number 6 top high risk Dapps in the world. You lied. You have only 793 and you do not have any ETH at all. So where does all the ETH in the transactions go? So following Forsage, I'm going to copy this ID and search for it here. I need to see their full profile. Yeah. Okay. For you to understand how Etherscan works, I want to show you another website that I found. This website trades bitcoins. It's Bitfinex. I love it because it's... Okay, look at this. It's an investment website but it only invests Bitcoins. Now, it promises to give 10% per year for holding your digital tokens. Isn't that nice? I mean, it's not good to be true. It's not too good to be true. Normal investors expect 10% every year on their investments. If you buy shares, if you buy any shares in any company, 10%, that's normal. That's normal for any investment company. So let me follow them on Etherscan and see where that leads me. Let me look for Bitfinex. Okay, Bitfinex Leo, bitfinex.com. Let me search that. All right. Now there's a big difference. There's a really big difference. First off, they have total supply, this amount, price, this amount, and fully diluted market, this amount. Actually, there are amounts on this for Bitfinex. Shows a real account, shows something that's legitimate. We see where the money is, we see the money in here. And over the years, or since when they started, I don't know when Bitfinex has been in existence. Let me see if I can find any info on their website. Bitfinex. Okay. About Bitfinex. It's a go-to exchange to trade crypto. Really beautiful. Alright, now as opposed to Forsage, Bitfinex can let you see their CEO, their chief financial officer, and you can even link to them to read more on their profile. You can read their chief operating officer, their chief technology officer, their chief compliance officer, and their general counsel. This is a company. This is business. This is legitimate business. It's different from some high risk scam going online, trading Ponzi and lying to us. I would pay you 0.05 ETH to join, and you can give somebody my money? Nope. And then you'd need me to register another person so you can give somebody their money or give me their money. That's just not good. It's not good at all. Okay, so a similar site to Forsage is Million Money. I looked them up too, and if you can see, there's no difference. Price 0.00. Transfers 2. ETH 0. Nothing. And on their website, they claim to have millions of users. Same thing here. 0 Ether, 0 value. Same 0, 0. This shows scam. Alright, this is Bitfinex. Balance, okay. 3,878,670 point this number Ether. And that value is this value. You can see a real business. Oh, come on. Okay, so this shows that Forsage is actually Ponzi. They give us commission payout when we recruit other people. There's no product. There is nothing. And the only money a person can get from using or from registering on Forsage is through recruiting another person. Learning about decentralized domains. For example, Forsage calls themselves 100% decentralized crowdfunding, decentralized international crowdfunding. So Etherscan, that we've talked about before, created this block scan to search for decentralized website domains. So Let me just quickly use that a little bit to search for Forsage. Let me see where that leads me. Okay, now Scan brought this up. King James for Forsage. So, point in fact, Forsage is a shady business. Blockscan, which was created by Etherscan to search for decentralized domains, cannot find Forsage. This means Forsage is fake and is all centralized on a Ponzi. Okay, still on Trustpilot. Now let's look for Forsage. Let me type in Forsage and click send. Alright, we have forsagegroup.com. Somebody must have done that for them. Okay, this is what we're looking for. 32 reviews, and it has a trust score of 3.2. Now, as I said earlier, it is a Ponzi scheme, which means people who can recruit other people would actually get money from those people they recruited. And those other people they've recruited would also get money, or have to get money, from people they would recruit. So on Trustpilot, I'm sure that most of the reviews here are hired or are from the owners of Forsage. So I wouldn't take most of them personally if I was you. For example, this person put his phone number on here. For you to put your phone number on a review, it means you want us to contact you, maybe to ask for help so that you can make us one of your downlines on Forsage. Really bad. Good site. I just wanted to say thanks to you, Mr. Shaw, for a successful withdrawal you helped me with. I'm so grateful, sir. Your phone number. Not good. Okay. Now, this person has obviously been scammed. Forsage is the definition of a Ponzi scheme, okay? Alright, now this person actually started with the definition of a Ponzi, a form of fraud in which belief in the success of a non-existent enterprise is fostered by the payment of quick returns to the first investors from money invested by later investors. And that is exactly how Forsage works. So all that's happening is the transfer of money from new members to existing members. We have seen from Etherscan and Dapp Radar actually, that Forsage has no ethereum in their accounts, and they even have only 793 people users right now at the moment. So they do not store ethereum at all. They do not use or have any ethereum. The money is actually going somewhere else. Most of the money is going to the people who brought the people who paid the money. So, for instance, this tech bunker Adi gave this 5-star review. Says it's good to go. It's been an amazing journey. Just tried it for 2 days and already made $42 out of $15 without even trying. Are you freaking kidding? If you have like 2 to 3 good referrals or friends, you are good to go. There are tips and tricks in this which I'm implementing. Join me by using That's it. Join me by using ID. Now this person put their Forsage ID here. They want us to join them so that they can continue making another $42 out of 50. I'm not angry. Okay. Alright, next one, trust. Don't be deceived. Oh, right. This person is actually scammed. They never paid me. Oh dear, can I laugh? Damn. Okay. Superb concept. Another person who wants me to join him. Join using our referral, you see, and see the boost. Forsage has been a blessing to my family and I. It's an open crowdfunding platform just like GoFundMe. You're crazy. GoFundMe is nothing like Forsage, but with a networking twist to it. I am based in Nigeria. Well, anyone who comes from Nigeria is a potential scammer. And my buddies and I have earned $120,000 in 60 days during these difficult times. Oh my God. He tweeted this. Sorry, I said tweeted. He put this review out 3 days ago. And the funny thing is that GoFundMe doesn't even work for Nigerians. So this guy does not know what he's saying. Obviously. Another one, Forsarge scam. Greed trumps logic once again. Greed trumps logic. I love that. Once again, people are being duped by easy money and quick riches. Some people leaving good reviews are claiming, what big loss is it if I lose $17? Because you are further perpetrating the scam to others using the same logic, which grows exponentially, and others will suffer later. A loss of $17 is no big deal, but a collective loss of $17 million is another story. And you are helping to make this happen. Others say, well, I'm from Africa and my people don't have jobs here, so this helps them. This may help them a few, but it is also illegal. Thank you. I think Nigerians or maybe Africans like illegal. It sells unregistered securities to the public. I love this person. With no accountability or real products whatsoever. It is illegal to make money simply by recruiting others with no sales or real products or unregistered securities. For every person it helps, there are 100 others who will suffer later. That is the main thing. That is everything about Ponzi. Another says, no one is running away with your money. Wrong. Someone is very much running away with your money. I love this person. You just gifted it to them and received nothing in return. Oh yeah. This is why it is also called a gifting scheme. All you received is a promise to return stolen funds back to you. No, it's not even stolen funds, my brother. It is going to be collected from another person who this new person recruits. They set themselves and their friends up at the top before they participate like everyone else. You only see what they want you to see, and your greed blinds you from what really is going on. Exactly. But any of us, this is not without precedent. Okay, all you have to do is look at BitConnect, whose members thought that would never end. They stole $2.4 billion, or Plus Token, the Chinese scam that stole. Well, all these ones are Bitcoin scams. There are others that are not even Bitcoin scams. You know, like one who was rampant, million money and MMM. Really got people paying. Went all over the world. Okay, basically a pyramid. Who's on top earns a lot. The more you invite, the more money. Exactly it. That's it. Forsage is a scam. Forsage is the way to go. You see, the thing is, Forsage is a scam. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's a pyramid. This doesn't say that people do not get paid. This doesn't say that people are not getting money. It just says that it's a pyramid scheme. The people on the top get more money. And when the pyramid gets too wide at the bottom, it falls. Everyone, only the people who have gotten there earlier will be happy with what they've made. At least they'd say $17 is not big. So, and they've made millions, they've made thousands of the people that are below them on the timeline in the matrix. But what about the new people who are going to be joining this? They're the ones who you're going to be taking the money off, and that is the illegal part. Even if they're making money out of it, it is illegal. Forsage is actually Ponzi. They give us commission payout when we recruit other people. There's no product, there is nothing, and the only money a person can get from using or from registering on Forsage is through recruiting another person. When the person pays, it's only benefiting those who run them and the top recruiters. That means you have to be a badass marketer. You have to have a really big, a large market. You have to have many links. You have to have a big email list. You have to have a large audience before you can make money on Forsage. And that is even in the short time period, because if everyone, for example, gets into this, everyone cannot actually get into it, because Forsage, you're never going to get my money. So let's say if everyone who is interested in Forsage gets in, where would they get the money to pay you who got in last? And that's where it ends. It's not that nobody would get money. You can actually get paid with Forsage. You can actually make money on Forsage. That is if you know how to market, if you know how to gain people to be recruited. Look at that list here. You have to find people to open all these 24 slots. There are 12 slots under here. There are 12 slots under here. You have to look to open all the 24 matrices before you can make large money, before you can make big income on this website. Although many promoters of Forsage might have told you that since it is blockchain, it doesn't negate the laws of math, or it is having a non-sustainable nature of gifting. But no, Forsage isn't that way. So in the end, it is going to just end with more preloaded admin positions gaining a lot of the money, while majority of the participants ultimately taking a loss. Actually, people are going to earn from the new people that are joining in. In the beginning of this video, I said that no right thinking human would come to another stranger, someone they've never met, someone who's not done anything for them, and ask them to join in a company that is legitimate, that is making them so much money. No, you won't do that. You might likely, share it with your family or your wife maybe, but that's the end of it. You might actually share it with your children to build an empire, but no, you would not call in strangers. But that's the main point of this. They're going to make you see that you need network, you need people to make money, you need a market of people. But that doesn't work right. This is MLM. Although it may look so beautiful on the onset, the website is really nice, really clean, but it's all scam. It's a Ponzi. Don't fall for it. Now, another thing that we will be talking about in this video is how to understand or how to identify scams. Now this part, how to identify or spot an investment scam. How can you spot an investment scam? The thing is, financial scammers use sophisticated and really highly effective tactics to get people to give them their money. There are 4 signs that I always look out for when somebody is trying to con me in to give them my hard-earned money. For instance, you would notice that they just have to start saying things and they promise you high returns and low risks, like this guy right here, 0 risk factors, and they are promising this high return. So I do not have to do anything. I do not have to take any risk, and I'm going to make enough money. It's just like saying, hey, you can get this free money. Okay, and another thing that you can use to identify a scammer is when somebody comes to you and promises you a hot tip, or are trying to say that they're going to give you an insider information, and they're pressuring you to buy. They're pressuring you to join. They're asking you that if you do not join, your life is ruined. You're going to die a 9-to-5 worker. There's nothing bad in working 9 to 5, although it's really impressive to have a job of your own. It's really good. I always teach people. I always say that people should have their own income. They should have multiple streams of income. For instance, they should be their own bosses. They should be entrepreneurs. But if you have a good job, even if it is 9 to 5, if it's something you love doing, you shouldn't leave it for some Ponzi like Forsarge or Million Money or any other thing they call it. And another thing is that most of these investments or big business opportunities that they tout to people, they're not really registered to sell investments. So the first thing I do, I never ever take anyone's word for it. Any seller coming to you has that big motive to want to catch you, to want to lure you into paying something. They want to lure you into doing this. They want to make you do it by force. So the best thing to do at first is to verify all the credentials that they claim to have. Don't just fall for any fancy title like this one's right here. Beautiful Black Panther face. Don't fall for any little trappings of success. If I had followed all the lead pages that I found, people looking for new recruiters for other people to join Forsage through them, I would have joined, because most of them are really, really convincing. You know, they start showing videos of how they were before and after videos, before and after pictures. They start telling sob stories, and oh no. So you should look through the credentials, verify them. You know, you can always use this bbb.org scam tracker. bbb.org scam tracker online. It helps. It shows whether there have been a report of scam from anywhere in the world, for that matter. So you can toggle this country side, and you can just find the business or anything that you want. For instance, let me search for Million Money. Okay, search for it in the USA. Let me look if there have been any scams so far. Okay. Now this is only going to show me whether it is an accredited business or non-accredited business. Just show me every businesses. We're sorry, no results. Okay, now you can go and use the scam tracker and find whether there's any scam. Spot a business or offer that sounds like an illegal scheme or fraud. Let's tell us about it. Okay, use the keyword. Let me find Million Money again. Okay, Canada plus US, alright? Sounds cool. Now search. Show me all scam. Whoa. See. So many scam results. Okay. Now this website actually uses people's reviews. People come into the site and they say, I've been scammed by so and so, I've been scammed by this and that, so that when another person comes in here and types that keyword into this particular tab, the person will see all the people who've reported to be scammed by that entity or that business. And if you use this tab up here, you're going to find whether the business is registered or not. They're going to show you the registration status of that business. But I do not use this website a lot, so I can't really tell you much about it. But what I usually do is that I use Google to track most reviews. For example, let me say million money scam. This shows me so many people that have done it and have, hated it. Right? Now this person is on YouTube saying million money is not a scam. It operates just like Forsage. The only difference is the registration fee. I'm not a member of Million Money, but I'm not even ready to finish reading that. I just found out that Forsage is a scam. Okay? I got into a Ponzi. Million Money is scam? Question. Okay? So, look at this one. All right, let me see Million Money review. Let me open that in another tab. Million Money review, another one. Now let's see those two and let's see what we have. Okay, first this one opens behind MLM.com. Very nice name for a website. Million Money provides no information on his website about who owns or runs the company. So similar to Forsage. Really similar. In fact, Forsage says no one runs the company. Forsage runs on its own like a Black Panther. Okay, it's not even Black Panther. Multicolored panther. Alright, Million Money's website's domain, million.money, was privately registered on August 13th, 2018. As always, if an MLM company is not openly upfront about who is running or owns it, think long and hard about joining and or handling over any money. Now that's the point. We don't know who to hold when something bad happens, no matter how legal the business is. If we do not know who we would go to when we have questions, I don't think it is worth putting money in. You have to know, okay, I'm putting my money in this. Who would I go to when I need something, when I need to know something? For instance, I ran into something, a problem with your website. Who would I talk to? You should have at least a live chat. I should know that, okay, I'm actually dealing with humans here. But no. They said no admins, no managers, nothing. Okay. Now this is another website. I followed this one from Google too. App.org. I don't know anything about it from the start. But they said something here that's really good. Because all trades are conducted anonymously online, you're putting a lot on the line when you transact in cryptocurrency. That's right. You're putting a lot on the line. And that's the reason why I always like that Bitfinex I showed you guys the other time. They're very transparent. They're very plain about who runs it. Right? Now, if I'm putting so much into some business with some people that I've never seen or I would never even see, some people that I can never visit, and I'm even using a currency that I cannot touch, it's ideal for fraud. So I must know who I'm dealing with. Even when I'm using a currency that I can touch and I'm dealing with normal currency, I still need documents. Now this one, I don't know where my money goes. Just show me something that you can actually form as you formed this, because this was formed. The real blockchain shows that they have only 793 participants, but here they said they have 581,222. Company overview. One of the things I like to see when taking a look at any MLM company is to know about their owner. That will give me the ability to take a closer look at their background and experience in the company that they created. Unfortunately, there was no information that I could find about the owner. The same with Forsarge. This lack of information sets a bad tone due to them not being transparent. I mean, I don't know about you, okay? You don't know about me, but I would never join a known scammer. That's true, I would not join a known scammer too, and not knowing information about the owner is making it seem like they are hiding something for some reason. That's also true. The domain name was registered privately. Since the domain name was registered privately, you cannot locate any additional information. Is Million Money BBB accredited? No, I didn't find it on the bbb.org website, so nope. This does not mean it is a scam, it just means that the BBB doesn't have the company listed. After how many years? It's been there since 2018 and BBB doesn't have it listed? Take my beer. Either way, I usually take all the facts and information that I find to make my final recommendation. Bah. Oh, okay. The minimum cost to join is 0.03 ETH for the first matrix. Okay, you would not join and you're not interested due to the issues you found with their business model and lack of transparency. Well, if you would join, if you would join Million Money or Forsage for that matter, it's up to you. So, at any rate, by all means, try to search out the company name space review or company name space scam on Google to know about any company that is trying to get you to register or to invest in a new business opportunity. That would help you to understand where they're coming from, whether they have scammed people or not. Now, you should also know about Trustpilot. You should know about Trustpilot. Trustpilot is a website where customers or consumers come out to review several products. Now, you should know that it is possible for a product owner or manufacturer to hire people to give them fake reviews on this website. It is possible to hire people to give them fake testimonies on this website, but no matter how much fake reviews you find, it's unlikely that you do not find any real reviews in here. So let me try and search Million Money on this website and see what people have said about it. Now this looks really shady. Trustpilot has one review on Million Money, and that one review is 3.7. 100%. Excellent. Okay. It is written in a language that I do not even understand. Okay, let me take it upon myself to translate this. I've just copied that text. Now let's open Google Translate. Google, come on. Google Translate. Alright, now let's paste it. Now translate it into English for me, okay? The person says, million money, it pays. Join our team to get paid. Million money, it really pays, especially for teamwork. Quickly join our United Millionaire community to be among the first and to reach more than 3,000 FCFA. The person put his personal phone number. Beautiful. Million money, it really pays, especially for... Okay. Now, this person is hired. There's nothing you can tell me about it. Nobody really writes reviews like this. If it's not hired, it must be the owner of million money. Alright, so talking about identifying scam, identifying legit businesses, you should spot the red flags from everything. One thing you must know is that there is no investment that does not carry risks. So if somebody is coming to you and offering you opportunities that you'd have high returns and you do not have to risk anything, run. And never ever rush into committing into anything with your money. Always ask, always check, and always confirm before you oblige to pay. Never be rushed. If the salesperson tells you that the offer is for a limited time only, just that is a red flag. If they tell you that if you do not do it now, you'd never get it done, that is a red flag. Run. There's nothing in MLM that can actually make you rich. All rich people we know have assets, they have businesses, they have products. They don't chase phantom riches. So any investment that is promising you big return on investments is not legitimate. So always get the information you need. Always, never ever be pressured to give your money off. Never ever be pressured when somebody offers you commissions, when somebody offers to give you referrals, when somebody is coming to you and says that they're going to give you this if you join early. Don't be pressured. And always try not to focus on the face value of any testimonials that they have. For instance, if you check Trustpilot, you find that most of the testimonials there are either from people paid to review, or people who have actually made money out of it and do not even care whether you're going to make much money or do not care whether you're going to lose it or not. And again, before you invest in anything, always check for regulations with the relevant authorities. Confirm that they have they are actually registered with and they have the real financial rights to collect investments. Always ask questions. Always ask questions. If a company is unable to answer any of your questions, or if they avoid questions, run. Look at this. Always ask before anybody asks you to invest, before you throw your money out. Ask, how do they get profit? How does the owner of the business make money? There is no investment, there is no business that does not have a gain in it. So how do they generate profit? Is the return being paid from new inflows of money or returns from actual investment? What is the maximum I can lose? Ask questions. Ask, how long must I be invested? 10 years? 1 year? What happens if I want to withdraw my money? And what are my options if anything goes wrong? Most of all these scams would either avoid these questions or not answer them correctly. So always ask questions. And you can use all the tools we used to check for the credibility of that company, to check if the information provided by the company is true. check the experience, check the qualifications, and if you could not find anything about the owners of the company, the managers, the workers there, that is also a red flag. Run. And lastly, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is not true. So I leave you here with my full review on Forsage and a few investment scams. There are actually more companies like this. More companies like this. For instance, when we check under Dapp radar, the category of high risk companies that use cryptocurrency to scam people. Talk about Tron, talk about Bitcoin, talk about other crypto coins. They are high risk because they're scams. Look at them. We have this one just got in: Tron Lux, Moonhives, Bank of Tron, Beehive Fast, Epic Heroes. Forsage is also part of them. Oh man, I thought I saw 793 users the other time. Now it's getting down to 741. So there are millions and millions of all other companies. Look at this, 25 of them here, and up to page 33. So the more you check, the more you find more millions of these kind of high risk companies that are actually scams. They're using different techniques, different ways to scam people of their money, mostly Ponzi schemes, pyramid schemes, and most of them actually use what we call fake Bitcoin or fake cryptocurrencies to scam people. So be wary of any investment that anyone invites you into. Be wary. Take your time to ask questions and make thorough research before you drop your money. Even if it is $10 you're dropping, make research. So I leave you here. The name is Aby Tobiah, and this is Deep Review. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please do that as soon as possible. We will get you more of these kinds of videos. And if you have been a victim of scam, I would like to hear your experiences. Drop a comment below. If you have tried any of these websites that I mentioned in this video and you like the way they act, maybe you weren't scammed, drop a comment below too, so that we can actually learn from you. And if there are any other thing that you want us to review, perhaps you have a course that you want us to look into, you have a product that a digital product that you want us to review, before you buy it, comment below and we'll check it and get back to you. This is Aby Tobiah from Deep Review. Ciao.